Good afternoon for everybody. My PhD thesis is Novel Devices in the Rehabilitation of Children with Cerebral Palsy. My name is Mátyás Vezér, and I work at the Semmelweis University and Department of Orthopedic. My vision is strengthen the faith that quality of life of children suffering from cerebral palsy can be improved by novel rehabilitation methods. And therefore, my mission is to clarify the indication and roles of innovative methods in the rehabilitation of children with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy occurs by the damage to the developing brain, which may cause movement disorders. CP is the most common motor disability in childhood. Its incidence from 2 to 3 out of 1,000 live births. And one of the most difficult tasks in pediatric orthopedic is to improve the quality of life of children with CP with using different rehabilitational methods. Therefore, my 2 articles are about rehabilitation children who are suffering from CP. My first article is the effectiveness of robot-assisted gait training on gross motor function in children with cerebral palsy. It's a systematic review and a meta-analysis. Maintaining physiological gait is not a challenge for healthy individuals. However, in children with cerebral palsy, walking may need a huge effort due to the subsequent pathological gait pattern. In ambulatory children with CP, improving gait is usually the main focus, and there is no existing evidence that robot-assisted gait training would be better than other rehabilitational methods. Therefore, our aim is to investigate the efficacy of robot-assisted gait training. Our clinical question is, can robot-assisted gait training improve gross motor function in children with CP? Our population is children with cerebral palsy, interventional robot-assisted gait training, a comparator, a conventional therapy, and the outcome, a gross motor function measurement D and E. Our hypothesis is that robot-assisted gait training is associated with better gross motor performance in CP. We have started the systematic search in 2021, 1st of October, with that search key, and after the full text selection, only 13 articles were eligible. Our first forest plot is about gross motor function measurement D improvement in percentage after robot-assisted gait training. Gross motor function measurement D is a 32-point scale system which divided the patient according their standing abilities. As you can see, we have a 5.78% improvement after robot-assisted gait training compared to other rehabilitational methods. It's above a minimal clinical important differences, but it's not significant. Our second forest plot is about gross motor function measurement E improvement in percentage after robot-assisted gait training. Gross motor function measurement E is a 72-point scale system which divided the patient according their walking, running, and jumping abilities. And we can see a 5.67% improvement compared to physiotherapy and treadmill training. It's above a minimum clinical important differences, but our result was not significant. Our third forest plot is about gait speed improvement in meter per secondum after robot-assisted gait training. We can see 0.10 meter per secondum improvement after the robot-assisted gait training compared to other rehabilitational methods, and it was significant. Our fourth forest plot is about cadence decreasement after robot-assisted gait training. Here we can see a 5.45 step number decreasement after robot-assisted gait training compared to physio or treadmill. And our fifth outcome is about step length improvement after robot-assisted gait training. Here we have a 6 centimeter improvement per steps in advantages to robot-assisted gait training compared to physio or treadmill. Our article strengths is that we obtain a biomechanical information about gait development through robot-assisted gait training, and our limitation is the heterogeneity of the population and the study methodology. Despite a significant therapist and parenteral pressure, there is currently no evidence-based effect of this therapy, and the implication for research, a more homogeneous patient population and additional randomized control trials are needed to more accurately determine the effect size of robot-assisted gait training. Our conclusion is that the robot-assisted gait training may have some positive impact on gait function. However, the role of this treatment in the rehabilitation of children with ambulatory cerebral palsy still remains unclear. And now we are at the internal review phase, and our goal journal is Gait and Posture. My second project is about the efficacy of video game-based therapy to improve upper limb function in children with CP. It's a systematic review and a meta-analysis. Children with CP usually have a variety of motor impairments of the affected upper limb, such as muscle weakness, spasticity, and incoordination, which may result in dramatic function loss, for example, in reaching and grasping. Video game-based therapy thought to be as effective as usual care or conventional physiotherapy. Therefore, better rehabilitation result can be achieved through increased compliance. Comprehensive studies regarding the effectiveness of video game-based therapy in upper extremity rehabilitation in children with CP are limited. Therefore, our aim is to prove the efficacy of video game-based therapy. Our clinical question is, what is the effectiveness of video game-based therapy on upper limb function in children with CP? Our population is children with CP. Intervention video game-based therapy, outcome conventional therapy, physical therapy, or absence of treatment, and our outcome is gross manual dexterity grip strength or manual ability classification system. Our hypothesis is that in cerebral palsy, video game-based therapy is associated with better outcome of upper limb function improvement than the conventional therapy. And with the second project, we have done the data extraction, and we would like to write the manuscript in next month. So let me summarize my two articles. Our planned submission date for the first one is 2022 September, and for the second one is in October in this year. Let me say thank you for your attention. With this quote, a person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is regarding your first presentation. If I'm right, one of your statistically significant results was a difference in walking speed.
Yes.
That's 0.1 meters. Do you think this is a clinically significant result? I believe so, but I am curious what you say.
According to the treatment period, in most of the articles it was 2 or 4, from 3 to 4 weeks. So we think that that result was significant after this period of treatment.
Okay, I believe so. Just a comment here.
Yes.
I calculated that if these children walk like an hour, then it means that almost 400 meters more with this difference. So maybe you can put this on your slide because it makes it more understandable. You know, this yes. 0.1 meters per second doesn't say anything, but okay, thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Dear Mátyás, I must congratulate your very nice presentation. 3 months ago, you showed me a picture about this robotic equipment. And my question is, who managed this program, a physician or a physiotherapist?
Thank you for your question. Usually physiotherapists manage this program.
What do you think about these outcomes? Are these outcomes really, so do the children appreciate the improvement Or do you have, are there anything mentioned in the articles on quality of life for these kids? Or it's just simply measures and we are happy that now one step is 10 centimeters longer, hallelujah. But does it really make a difference for these kids? I mean, 400 meters, that's a good point, yeah.
Thank you for your question. We would like to get some insight in the changes, but robot-assisted gait may be induced, and we think that the changes in the gait pattern may be resulted in a better more economical gait at the end, and with that we can reach some improvement in the quality of life. And there
is a link between between physical activity and the cognitive function, correct? So
yes.
Anyway, there is a question here from somewhere.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. It just came to my mind that okay, it was not showing that the mechanical, the robotic version is superior in those endpoints, but as far as I understand, it's not inferior as well, right? Or I guess there were inferiority studies. So in terms of other measurable differences like costs, or I can imagine that maybe one operator can be there, and if the contact hours are less, and maybe someone can use it at home as well, that can be also an advancement with these robotic technologies. Comparing this, that as far as I know, with a contact hour, just one parent with the children go there, and with a physiotherapist or two, they are doing funny movements for hours. So maybe it's talking about contact hours and price. Is it comparable and compared before?
In most of the articles, we have not found any information for this. We know that it's not a cost-effectiveness method, and we have pointed out that robot-assisted gait training is more close to the treadmill training than we have thought before, and that's why we cannot see a huge improvement in most of the measured outcomes.
Yeah, but I think that was a good point from Dylan, that can this robot-assisting training be done without a physiotherapist or without medical personnel? So can the parents do it?
Yes,
they can.
So they can do it without any trained physiotherapist, but during the investigation they applied.
Of course, they standardized the circumstances for sure.
I'm just getting back to my point.
Yes.
Yeah, this 400. Yeah, because nobody knows what is the walking speed of a patient with cerebral palsy. I mean, you know, but we don't know, the audience.
Yes.
I just Googled it. It's around 1 meter per second. So it's much better if you put on your slide or incorporate in your manuscript what is the walking speed, and then anyone can know that this 0.1 is 10% better than the baseline. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.